What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stevie the Black. That's STEVEE the Black. I'm back, and it's for the first time since April. I am bringing you my Monday Night Raw review. I told you last week it was coming back because it was important to me, because it's the whole reason I started doing YouTube, was because I wanted to share my love of WWE wrestling with you guys, and I'm bringing it back now. So let's get started. And what better Raw to do than to go home Raw before No Mercy? So let's kick it off with the first thing that happened on Raw. Kurt Angle kicks off Raw, and he's promoting, pumping up the big two WrestleMania caliber matches, as they've been saying. Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship, and John Cena versus Roman Reigns in a match as well. But before he can continue on, The Miz comes out and says once again that how the Intercontinental Champion is being disrespected, how he has no match on the show. And so Angle says, you know what? I'm glad you said that, because I'm going to have a a fatal five-way? No, a fatal four-way between the Hardy Boys. So both Matt and Jeff, Elias, and his son Jason Jordan, and Kurt, and The Miz was like, okay, so why do you keep favoring him? You know, I'm going to be a better dad than you. I'm a better champion than you. Jason Jordan comes out and it's like, yo, you better back off and stuff like that. And so The Miz is like, how about, and so Jason Jordan's like, how about this? How about you put both of you two Miztourages, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, into the match, and I'll beat them all and prove to you that I'm worth it. So now we go from a fatal four-way to a six-pack challenge, and that's how the show ended. That's how the segment ended. Here's how I feel about this. Well, first of all, we've known from the very beginning for a while that they were going to do this. So the fact that you putting the Miztourage and the Miz is berating Jason Jordan, you already know for a fact it's going to be Jason Jordan versus the Miz for the Intercontinental Championship at No Mercy. So again, the predictability of the WWE, but hey, what are you going to do, right? So next we start up with the first match of the night is Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss is, trying to run away, trying to escape, but then Sasha Banks comes out and prevents her from leaving. Nia Jax beats her with the Samoa drop, and that's all she wrote. The match, I mean, most of it was during commercial break, so, we didn't see much of it, but it's okay. Then Sasha Banks gets in the ring and tries to beat down Nia Jax, but it doesn't work. But then Bayley comes back, and then Bayley, Nia Jax, then Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Alexa Bliss all work together, and they take down Nia Jax, and then Bayley and Sasha Banks take down Alexa Bliss. And then next thing I know, they're saying, oh, now we're having a fatal five-way. I'm like, what the heck, a fatal five-way? Like, so she comes back in her hometown, and she gets a fatal five-way? Like, really? Like, oh, okay, all right, I guess. I mean, shoot, you can make the argument that she had a championship opportunity, but because she was injured, she didn't get a chance to have that. But still, they just out of the blue, oh, it's a fatal five-way now. Oh, okay. And based on the fact that Emma is wasn't even on the show, so that makes it irrelevant, makes her irrelevant in all of this. So it's kind of weird. And here's the golden rule, the silent rule of the WWE, that if a certain person wins a match, then they're going to lose the pay-per-view. For example, let's say Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar were having a match on Raw for some reason, right? Or John Cena John Cena and Roman Reigns were having a match on Raw, right? And it was like a tag team match or something like that, and John Cena won that match. Well, then that just means that Roman Reigns is going to be winning on Sunday. They say, oh, they're building momentum, but no, that means that the other opponent's going to win on Sunday. So since the fact that Nia Jax won tonight, that means she's not winning at No Mercy, unfortunately, but what you gonna do, right? So I gave that a B because, the match was okay, and the fact that Sasha Banks came down, they all worked together and everything like that. Everyone worked to take down Nia Jax, shows how much of a monster and a beast that she is, but, Next, we had ourselves a triple threat tag team match. Once again, it was supposed to be, The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro taking on Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, the Club. But, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins come out, they get called nerds, and now we're having a triple threat match. And I'm thinking to myself, well, okay, this is like the second week in a row we're supposed to have those two teams, Sheamus and Cesaro versus the club, but instead we're getting, because of Ambrose and Rollins, we're having another different type of match. So I'm thinking, why not just make the match at a No Mercy, a triple threat match, and just get it over with, you know? But whatever. So, and here's the thing. I believe that Carl Anderson, the club, should have won this match because they put the Magic Killer on Rollins, but, you know, Sheamus broke it up. And then later on, Sheamus and Cesaro end up winning the match. So, you know, that means they're not winning the tag team titles back. Plus, it would make absolutely no sense for them to lose the titles at SummerSlam and then for Ambrose and Rollins to lose the titles and pick it back on them, especially when all the build-up they did to getting them back together in the first place, so only for them to hold it for barely a month, that just makes no sense. So I expect Sheamus and Cesaro to lose on Sunday, but you never know. Next, I gave that a B. But I think it should have ended earlier too, because it felt kind of a little dragged on a little bit to me, but that's just me. But yeah. So then we had Apollo Crews versus Hawkins, and Hawkins came on and was like, you know what, I'm tired of making stars, I'm going to make history, I'm going to end my 114 losing streak and beat whoever comes out. Apollo Crews comes out and he beats Kurt Hawkins, so now he's 115 consecutive losing streak continues. It's going to keep, they're going to keep building this up, and I would like to see him to continue to do that until he'll probably beat, like, I don't know, Finn Balor or something by accident, by a roll-up or something, and then he'll be the next Jinder Mahal. Nah, I don't know about who'll be next to Jinder Mahal. He better not be. I mean, I never had a problem with Jinder Mahal becoming WWE champion. It was just all very weird, you know. But I mean, maybe that could propel him to an Intercontinental Championship match with Jason Jordan, because we all know he's winning. But Apollo Crews needed the win too, because, you know, you can't have just the guy from the Cruiserweights winning, although he did lose the title right back, which made no sense, but whatever. So next, we had the Strowman and the Brock Lesnar interview with Michael Cole. Loved it. Build up the hype and everything. Brock Lesnar, you know, he was like, Paul Heyman was basically like, Brock Lesnar is the underdog. Last time he was the underdog, he ended the Undertaker streak. Thanks for bringing that up. He said, you know, that this is going to be no different. And Brock Lesnar was like, Strowman, he thanked Strowman for basically saying, push me into a corner because that makes me even more dangerous, and Suplex City and everything like that. So that's how that went. Loved it. Build up the hype. Can't wait for that match. And then next, the other WrestleMania caliber match is Roman Reigns promo. He comes out, talks about the match. He shows a clip from 2012 when John Cena was feuding with The Rock, and how John Cena's like, I don't respect you because, you know, remember his whole beef was, you come here and, you know, you're all Hollywood, and then you leave and you're not here, yada yada yada, you know, everything like that. And how ironic now that only 5 years later, John Cena is now doing the same exact thing as The Rock, which now he apologized to The Rock because of that. He's like, oh, I get it, I understand now, and everything like that, right? So, you know, it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. Obviously, Roman Reigns is winning, but we'll definitely see. I thought it was okay. I gave it a C. Nothing like, oh my god, did you see that? It didn't pump me up as much as the Strowman Lesnar thing did, but, you know. Next, we had the Dusty Rhodes, not Goldust, but Dusty Rhodes against Bray Wyatt. I like this very much because it seems like it's sort of like a homage, kind of like, oh, maybe this is Dustin Rhodes' last hurrah, whatever like that. He wants to show Bray Wyatt that he's more than just Goldust. He's a man, and he can do it. And he put up a good fight, but Bray Wyatt catches him with the Sister Abigail 1, 2, 3. And then Finn Balor comes on the screen and is like, Bray, you know, you say that I can't beat you with the demon, but, you know, who's more dangerous, the demon or the man who created the demon? You know, so that was pretty interesting. Looking forward to their match at No Mercy. You know, they're building it as man versus man, but I mean, okay, but whatever. So it'll be interesting. I thought this would have had some kind of special, you know, stipulation or something like that, but nah, it's just gonna be another normal match. Okay, all right, we'll see. Next, we had what's his name? Enzo come out. He's about to cut a promo, but then Braun Strowman comes out of nowhere and basically kills this man for no reason. He takes him to the ring, throws him in the ring, choke slams him, gives him a running power slam. Neville comes out, he gives him the red arrow, and he does this most ridiculous laugh I'd ever seen. I was like, yeah, you might want to go work on that, bro. So then he has a match with Metalik, or whatever his name, I can't say it. The lucha guy, he wears like a gold mask. Anyway, so Neville and him are fighting. Neville has the upper hand, but then he starts ripping the mask, and that kind of enraged Metalik, because obviously the mask represents its important thing to luchadors, but unfortunately it was not enough for him to overcome Neville, and Neville wins. So again, is Neville going to lose to Enzo? It's going to be very interesting. I can't wait. It'll definitely be interesting. And then finally, we had the 6-pack challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. Again, you had Matt and Jeff Hardy, you had Elias, you had Jason Jordan, you had Bo Dallas, and you had Curtis Axel. Obviously we already knew that Jason Jordan was going to win, because that's what we've known that for like ever. It's just a matter of when they were going to do it, and they're doing it now at No Mercy. Miz kind of handed the win to Jason Jordan, but after the match, he gets beat down by the Miztourage, and says that after No Mercy, he will still be a bastard and everything like that. So, great way to end. I don't want to say great way, but it was a clean match. It wasn't like, oh my god, who's going to win? Who's going to win? Oh my god, because we all knew it was going to be Jason Jordan. So, with that being said, that's really about it. That's how Raw really felt good. It was a really good show. Since SmackDown's Hell in a Cell is a few days away, I don't expect SmackDown to be better, because this definitely felt like a go-home show for me, for Raw. So, if I seemed all kind of place, it's because it's been a long time since I'm doing this. I'm going to get back into it. It's just going to take some time. But I know I was kind of looking away and stuff like that. But trust me, it'll get better. It'll get better. But that being said, I'm going to give Raw overall a B+. I thought it was a pretty good show. Like I said, it felt like a go-home show. I'm pumped up for Strowman and Lesnar. I'm pumped up for Cena and Reigns. I'm pumped up to see, well, I guess those are the only 2 matches I'm really eager to see. Everything else is like, oh, okay, a pay-per-view match, all right. But Friday will be my pay-per-view predictions video, so look forward to that. Tomorrow is the SmackDown Live review. I have to work, so by the time I get off work, SmackDown will be over, but, I just watch it tomorrow morning or whatever like that. So, whatever, but, really enjoyed Raw last night. Thought it was a pretty good show. So with that being said, that's about it. And if you're not down with that, I've just got 2 words for you. Peace out. And remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Okay? So till next time, guys.